device. And when you look around, it's nothing very complicated. We have water, we have a wooden wheel, we have a brush made out of dried wheat, and we have the cocoons that you just felt a few minutes ago. Now these cocoons are pure white. In some other countries are more of a gold color. The ground here, the minerals of our ground, allow us to have this color because the mulberry trees, which is the only thing they eat, is what basically give us this beauty. When I shake this, can you hear something? Let me show you like this. Inside, you have this. This is the silkworm that had to be killed, unfortunately, before coming here. Because if in normal circumstances they just come out of there and start a cycle all over, they're going to create a hole. And once I have a hole there, I wouldn't be able to do the extraction. How do we come to that point? The moth gives you the eggs on top of those trees. Those are going to become larvae in 35 days, growing as much as 9 centimeters. This is happening in nature in a place that we control. It's not that we can go to the mountains and pick them from trees. Actually, due to climate changes, the majority of these are migrating to different areas. So nowadays, when you go to Romania, you can find silk, which was impossible a few years ago. So what you do is, once you have this, and after 2 months of the whole process, which is basically taken out of her mouth, a combination of saliva and sticky substance around her own body, you come to the moment of the cocoon, and like you see in this picture, she escaped, and she's going back to the beginning to start a cycle all over. This is when we need to stop at least 40% of our production, because we want to unravel it. And if I unravel the silk like this, can you see the thread? If I unravel it like that, there will be a moment that I'm going to cut it. So there's no way that I can do it dry. Chinese taught us that this was the way when one of those fell into the cup of tea of the empress that was having a tea under a mulberry tree back in those years. I don't know if it's a true story, but I love it. The truth is that once you soak them in water and you use the brush, pay attention to this. This is how you get silk from the cocoons like that. So you see the thread? Yeah. Multiple threads are becoming one. If you only use one cocoon for one thread, it's impossible for you to work. So what you do is you make them go through a little hole. Pay attention to that. See how thin that yarn is. They're all going through the hole. We're going to attach them to a wheel. And if you look at the wheel and if you look at the cocoons, you will see that they're jumping around in the water. These movements is allowing me to obtain the yarn I'm going to use later on. The number might vary depending on the project you're going to do. If the carpet is very, very fine, you're going to have less. If the carpet is going to be, let's say, for the floor, I'm going to add more to make a thicker line. After 5 hours of doing this, you obtain the final yarn that feels like this. The reason for me to offer you that is because I want you to touch and understand that silk is not very silky. Silk is one of the strongest natural fibers we have on earth after spider's web, and it becomes silkier and softer by the time you use the dyes. And this is the only moment that we use chemical dyes to do the coloring of that yarn. I'm sure that if you're not in textile, you would never imagine that silk, right? It's like horsehair, straw, or raffia, you name it.